Hey guys, so I'm back doing another video, and this one is one of my Diwali videos, and I'm doing some Diwali sweets for you guys today. I'm starting off with the most popular one, which is Kurma, and I got a request for this from one of my viewers. She's really nice, and she's been really supportive, and I just want to dedicate this video to her. Her name is Deborah. So she's been asking me for this video for a while, so I thought I'd do it for you guys. So kurma is like a little snack that you can eat any time of the year. It's really famous for Diwali and in Hindu prayers and stuff. And I know like in the grocery stores, if you go, you'll see like little packs. They have like assorted packs with Indian sweets. So you can get it there too, but I mean it's really good if you make it at home because you know what you put in it. So it's very flavorful and I hope you guys enjoy this one. So keep watching if you want to see how I do this. So to start off, we're going to need a quarter cup of butter. This is 1 stick or 113 grams. You're also going to need 2 tablespoons of sweetened condensed milk, a small piece of ginger. I'm going to peel and grate this really finely. I have also 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. I have 1 cup of sugar. This is to make a sugar syrup to coat the kurmas. I have a quarter cup of water to put into the sugar. I also have some cinnamon that I'm going to flavor the sugar syrup with. I'm also going to be using some cold carnation milk to knead the dough. So we're just going to use just enough to make a nice soft dough. So to start off now, I'm going to put the butter into the flour and just form it into a nice crumbly texture. So you want to make sure that your butter is at room temp, so that when you're crumbling it, it's very easy. See how nice and soft it is. Okay, so this is crumbled, but you see how nice and crumbly it is. And I'm using the word crumble a lot, but that's what you want. So now we're gonna add the condensed milk in there. And just try to mix it in with the flour and the butter. So at this point, I'm also going to add the milk. I'm going to start adding the milk a little at a time. So what I'm going to do is just measure it out in a tablespoon, so I'll be able to tell you all the exact amount that you need. So I'm just going to put 2 tablespoons now. And as soon as you see it starts coming together into one dough, that's when it'll be ready. I'm adding 2 more tablespoons. And this carnation milk is optional. You can also use cold water to knead this. I've used that method before and it works perfect. So you can do that as well. So you see how nice this dough is? I'm just gonna add 1 more tablespoon and then it'll be perfect. So in all we use 5 tablespoons. Okay, so what you want to do now is just leave this to sit for like half an hour and then we'll come back and start making the kurmas. So it's been half an hour now and my dough feels really nice. It's so soft. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you 2 ways to do this. I usually do not cook the dough before I fry it, but I've seen one of my aunts, she usually rolls it out and puts it onto the tower or on a frying pan or a griddle, and she makes it a little easier to slice it into the thin kurmas. So I'm gonna try it today for the first time. I hope it's not a big flop, but let's see. So I'm gonna start with that first. So what you want to do is just roll the dough out. To the thickness that you want it. So I think that's good there. I am gonna just cut out these edges. So I just want to neaten up the edges a little bit. So I'm just gonna cut them out. And I'll add them to my next dough. You don't have to do this, but I'm just a perfectionist, so I just want it to look nice. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is heat my tower up, or your griddle, and you want it to be like on low to medium heat because you just want the outside to cook. You just want it to form like a shell. So when you're ready to cut it, it's gonna be easy. Because if I try to cut this, it's gonna just be sticking all over the place and it's gonna be hard to like break apart. But when you cook it a little, it's easier. I've never tried it, but today's the first day I'm gonna try it. So we'll see how that turns out. So the tower is pretty hot now. I'm just gonna place my dough here. And just let it cook for like 1.5 to 2 minutes. So I'm gonna turn it over now. See how it's developed a nice skin? I'm gonna let the other side cook. So I turned it back over. I don't know if you could see that. So I turned it back. Do you see how it developed like a nice skin on top? And it's starting to cook. So I think this is ready now. I'm gonna take it off and I'm gonna start slicing it. So I took this off and it's perfect now. You see that skin that it developed? This is what you want, because you want, when you cut these, that they don't stick to the knife and they cut smoothly. So I'm gonna start cutting them now. This is the size I wanted. You see how nice it cut? This is the size. And this I'm gonna cut it into a 3. You can also do them longer if you want. You can make your kurmas different sizes, different shapes, anyhow you like it. It's your preference. So what I'm gonna do is just place these on that plate for when we're ready to fry it. So this is the first way and it's quite easy. I think this is how I'm gonna start doing it now. Now I'm gonna show you how to do it in bite-sized pieces now. So those edges that I just cut off, I'm gonna show you it with that. So just try to mix them together. So to make this, I usually roll it out like a log to make this bite-sized one. Okay, so I think this is a good size. And what you want to do is just cut it. See? They're really small and cute and easy to just pop in your mouth. So this is the next way you could do it. And this way that I usually do it is just roll it out and just cut it. So I have about 2 cups of oil that's been heating up here, canola oil, and it's been heating up on medium to low heat because I want these kurmas to get cooked inside, because these bite-sized ones are a bit thicker than the regular ones I did, so these are gonna want to get cooked inside. So I'm gonna test the oil with just a little piece of the batter, of the dough I should say, and it'll come to the top. Once it comes to the top, I know it's ready. It's gonna take a while, probably about a minute, and that's when you'll know the oil is perfect. If it pops up right away, then the oil is too hot. See how it's sizzling? So I'm just gonna add the bite-sized ones in there because these have to cook for a little longer time. So you just want the outside to get a nice dark brown color, like a dark golden color. You can also use a bigger pot to fit all these kurmas. It's your preference. And on the side, you want to have a bowl lined with some paper towels just to absorb the oil when we take it out of the pot. So just let this cook for like a minute and a half, and then you can turn it onto the other side. So it's been about a minute, and I'm just gonna flip these over. You see they're starting to develop like a nice light brown color. So just give it a little turn, and you want to just turn it occasionally. By cooking this on medium to low heat, it's not gonna get too dark brown, because I like it to have like a lightish kind of golden color. I don't like it to look black. And some people like to cook it on high heat and it gets really black. And I don't like when it gets too dark. I just like it to be this nice golden color. So I'm just gonna let this go for about 3 to 4 minutes again. And make sure that the inside is cooked nicely. So I think these are ready to come out now. See how golden brown and nice they look? And they're not too dark and not too light. So these are I'm gonna place these in my lined bowl and just let the oil drain out. I'm gonna add the next batch. This batch is the one we cooked first, and they've maintained their shape really well. So just let this fry for about 5 to 6 minutes. And you want it to get to the color that you saw with the other batch, a nice golden brown color. So you just want to do the rest of the kurmas until they become that color, and then I'll show you the next step from there. So all the kurmas are done now. Now we're gonna do the sugar syrup. So I have my pot here. I'm gonna raise it to high heat. And what I'm gonna do is just add that 1/4 cup of water in here. And the sugar, the cup of sugar, along with the grated ginger. This is about a tablespoon of ginger. If you don't like ginger, you can just leave this step out. I'm also gonna add about a teaspoon of cinnamon. So you just want to mix this in, and you want the sugar to melt and you want it to thicken a bit and get like the consistency of like thread. So when we lift it up like this, it's gonna run like thread. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I'll show you. It's gonna get really thick, and when we pour it over the kurmas and we mix it, it'll start crystallizing and forming a nice sugar coating over the kurmas. getting that thread consistency. It's slowly coming. So guys, I think this is ready now. I'm gonna turn the stove off. And I'm gonna pour the sugar over the kurmas. So this requires a lot of arm work, so maybe you can get like a guy to do this for you. So you see how it crystallized? This is what you want it to look at the end. It's perfectly nice and coated with that sugar. And oh my god guys, I want to taste this. It's so crunchy on the inside. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kurma. I'll be making some more Diwali sweets soon, so be sure to check those out and leave me comments and tell me if you like this video. Tell me if you make your kurmas differently. I would love to hear from you. So stay tuned guys, and I'll see you in my next video.